Hi, this is Leah from Bookspeak Volumes, and today I'm going to talk about Rebecca. Every time fall rolls around, I get the urge to read a creepy gothic novel. Last year I read Wuthering Heights, which was the perfect book to read on a stormy October night with the leaves changing, drinking a cup of tea. And I'd heard that Rebecca is also a really great, creepy, suspenseful gothic novel. It's been on my shelf for a really long time, so I decided now is finally the time to read it. The copy on the book's cover calls it a modern masterpiece of romantic suspense. So I went in really looking forward to some ghosts, some maybe haunted houses, lots of creepy factor. I was ready to get a little bit scared. Not so much with the creepy ghosts. So this book was not as creepy as I was expecting it to be. In fact, I didn't really find it all that creepy or scary at all. This book is about a young woman whose name we never learn, who is in Monte Carlo working as a companion for an older woman. And while she's there, she meets Maxim de Winter, the wealthy, handsome, charming widower who had lost his wife, Rebecca, in a tragic accident the year before. The narrator quickly falls in love with Maxim, and the two get married and move back to Manderley, the huge, beautiful estate that he owns. The life at Manderley isn't what our narrator had hoped it would be. Her husband isn't warm and caring as she had hoped, and Mrs. Danvers, their housekeeper, gives her a very cold greeting. She had been really close to Rebecca, had known her since Rebecca was a little girl, and so it's hard for her to see our narrator, the new Mrs. De Winter, take Rebecca's place. And on top of the greeting from Mrs. Danvers, our narrator feels very insecure because she hears wonderful things about Rebecca from everybody. Rebecca was apparently this huge, over-the-top personality. She was gorgeous and funny, and everybody loved her. So the new Mrs. De Winter is struggling with just feeling inferior in every way. And that's pretty much the book. My copy of it is 380 pages, and nothing remotely suspenseful happens until 100 pages from the end. Something really big and dark is revealed, and then the rest of the book is spent trying to resolve that issue. But I was expecting, an eerie presentiment of evil tightened around her heart. There wasn't any evil, really. It's just, there weren't any ghosts in the literal sense. This novel fell a little flat for me, since I was expecting more of a dark, creepy, perhaps supernatural, gothic novel. I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more if I went into it expecting it to be just a kind of a character study of a woman who's struggling to find her way in a situation she's not comfortable with. But the way it's been marketed to me, it didn't work. So I'd be really interested to hear what other people thought of Rebecca. I know a lot of people really love it, and I am curious what they were expecting when they went in and how the book measured up to what they were expecting from it. So hopefully my next classic will be a little bit more on target, but I'm glad I finally read this book and can now discuss it. So, bye-bye.